everyone, it's Jessica with another layout for Bramble Fox. Today I'm using this beautiful perspective along with some of the leaves from the shop, and then I'm also pairing this up with some paper snips from number 41, and then I'll also pull in a couple stencils too. So I have this beautiful picture of my baby girl, which is why I'm using this perspective. I thought it would be just perfect. This is a photo from her 1-year photo shoot, and I have decided to pair this up with a non-traditional collection for this type of photo, which is a travel collection. So I'm using Simple Stories Here and Now collection for this one, and it had this 12 by 12 pattern paper that has all these little tickets and little goodie pieces here that I've cut apart, and I'm just going to layer these across my page and then do one single line of stitches across them to kind of hold them all down, and then I'm just going to fluff them up on the edges. So I wanted this to be a base for my photo, and this one's just a little tab that kind of goes on the top of something, like a little file tab. So I'm actually going to end up folding that in half here and using that on the top of my photo. And then a lot of these little tags have little holes in them, so I'm using my hole punchers to punch the holes out, and then I'm going to add some twine at the end of the video to kind of pull them all together. So again, I'm just using this as a base for my layout. I am scrapping on some white textured cardstock by Colorbok, and then I have cut all these little pieces out of that one sheet of pattern paper from this collection. Originally, I was going to use that dark pattern paper that you see laying to the right of my layout for my backgrounds, but I really liked the way that this looked on the white background and how much all those colors popped and everything, so that's why I chose to stick with the white background. So I've got all my pieces kind of layered up now and stuck together based on where I want them. I'm going to go ahead and grab a stencil from the shop and start doing some stenciling on my layout. So I've grabbed the Starburst one, and I'm just going to tape it down using some pixie tape. It's removable tape, so I know it's not going to move around my stencil anywhere, but yet it is removable, so I know it won't peel up my paper whenever I go to peel this off. So I'm just blending some Distress ink in Stormy Sky, and I'm just going to place that stencil on the top and the bottom of my layout, just staggering it, just to give it a little bit more texture in my background. And I'm actually going to come in with a second stencil too. There's a really cool leaf stencil that's in the shop, and I thought that would look really cute on this photo. This photo shoot was actually done in the fall when the leaves were just all over the place, so I thought it would look really pretty to do some leaves in this background too. So I've grabbed some fossilized amber distress ink for this one, and I'm just blending a few leaves on here. Most of this is going to get covered up, but I just kind of wanted them to peek through, so it serves the purpose. And I'm just going to layer my tags back on there, and I'm just going to go ahead and lightly adhere them down, but I don't want them to stick too much because I'm actually going to peel up the edges and fluff them all up after I get my sewing done. So there I went ahead and did my machine stitching off camera, and I'm just matting my photo here with some white cardstock. This is textured cardstock as well. It's just a scrap that I had laying here, so I figured I would use that. And then I'm going to go ahead and start layering up my photo. So one of my favorite things to do with layering my photo is put some tissue paper behind it. So I'm going to add a couple layers of tissue paper, and I'm just using my ATG gun on that first layer, and then I'm going to use my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive for my second layer because it's really hard to use a tape runner on tissue paper. It just kind of rips, so I like to use this Nuvo glue in between those layers. So there, I'm adding my second layer, and then it's just going to peek through there. I'm just cutting this matting out just manually with my scissors instead of using my paper cutter because I don't care if it's perfect. I want it to be just kind of whatever it is, so it doesn't matter to me if it's absolutely perfect. And then I just distress the edges anyways. So there's another layer. I'm going to grab some more from one of these little cut apart sheets. These are for pocket pages typically, but I like to use them to layer with my photos. So I'm going to cut one of those out and distress the edges of those. Really only needed to distress the sides because those are the only parts that are peeking through the way that I used it, but I ended up distressing 3 sides by accident. So my photo is going to go about right there. I'm going to go ahead and fluff the edges up of these tags to where I like them so I can give those some dimension and some pop. They will flatten back out in my book, but it'll look good for now until it flattens, and I might hang this one up on the wall for a bit before it goes in my book. So I went ahead and fluffed them up, and I'm going to place my tag right there at the top, and then I'm going to go through and add some ink splatters to where I did my stenciling. I'm going to add some more little acrylic leaves to this from the shop. There's my beautiful title piece, and then I'm going to add some more stickers from the sticker sheet. So here is the finished layout. I hope you guys enjoyed this process today, and I hope I've inspired you to create something beautiful. And I will link everything in the description down below in case you want to grab anything from the shop. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thanks for being here. Have a great day. Bye-bye.